And back to the Weather Watch, a live look at the Michigan Avenue Bridge. This view is from our camera at the McCormick Bridge House and River Museum. If you're strolling out there, it really wasn't bad today.
Yeah, Mary Kay's here tracking the even warmer weather on the way, which is followed, of course, since it's January, by bitterly cold weather.
Exactly. You know, right now temperatures are almost 20 degrees warmer than normal in some neighborhoods. We should be at 31 this time of year, but we're finding the low 50s as you head to the south. It's 50 degrees from Mark and Streeter. He has cloudy skies, also reporting some fog, and we currently have a mild 48-degree reading from Brenda in Crown Point, and she says, well, yes, warm but foggy all day long, and that has been the case, creating that lower visibility. But here's a neat picture from Bourbonnais from David Sproat. You can see the snow as it's melting and that cold surface, and then you have the warm air moving in. That's what's generating that fog. You know what? As we move through the night, temperatures are going to keep rising. 49 degrees at O'Hare is our high so far today, but I think by tomorrow morning we should be in the low and mid 50s. So it's winds out of the south and southeast that are continuing to draw in that very mild air. Winds are at about 15 miles per hour. Now we do have a dense fog advisory up until 10 o'clock tonight. Poor visibility, less than a quarter mile in some places, so you need those low beam lights. So we're on the mild side of the system, but here the winter weather alerts not too far away from Minneapolis to Omaha. So ahead of it, it's cloud cover. Yes, still spotty sprinkles are around for us. No real organized rain until we get into tomorrow. That's when we look at the storm position over Wichita. We are on the mild, rainy side of this system tomorrow, and high temperatures will be pushing to 57 degrees in Joliet, 58 in Portage. But here is that Arctic air. 0 for a high in Fargo, 5 in Billings, 17 in Minneapolis. Yes, that cold air will be moving in for us, and that could create some icy conditions by tomorrow night. So as the sun is setting tomorrow, really at this time tomorrow, that's when we're going to feel these chilly changes. So here's Futurecast at 10:30 in the morning. Rain, keep that umbrella handy tomorrow. It's mild. But then as we get into 4, 5 o'clock, look how it transitions to a mix of sleet, freezing rain, and snow, because temperatures will start dropping. Then we look at some lake enhancement here Friday afternoon into Friday night, even into Saturday. Depends on exactly where these snow bands set up as far as who will see the highest totals. But when we run the models now from Friday afternoon right through Saturday, here's Saturday at 8 a.m., it does look like that northerly wind component could hold Valparaiso and LaPorte and Rensselaer and Gary into the heart of the heaviest snow. But again, if you get one of those bands on a northeasterly turn, that could really bring up totals here closer to downtown Chicago. All of this ending by about 5 or 6 o'clock Saturday night. So for tonight, it's rising temperatures. By tomorrow morning, we should be in the low and mid 50s everywhere. And then tomorrow, keep that umbrella handy, but it's going to be windy. You got to hang on to it. 55 degrees only until 5 o'clock. And then we watch that front move into our neighborhood. Look at the change from 57 Thursday to 25 on Friday, looking at lake enhancement Friday and Saturday, and then that Arctic air settles in for the weekend. So Rob and Erica, I can't stress enough, when you leave the house and it's about 55 degrees, bring the winter coat if you're commuting in the evening, because you'll need it.
You don't even need the coat early.
I know.
Just bring it for late.
Weather whiplash.
Have it. I like that. Have that.
Thank you, Mary Kay.
So mild. Temperatures keep rising tonight. In fact, look at this. We are currently at 55 at this late hour from Tommy in Chicago, and he says it feels like a spring night. Sure does, because 31 is our normal daytime high, and we are way above that. David Sproat down in Kankakee is showing us a look at the Kankakee River, saying that it's starting to melt. Here's what we expect. Arctic air is moving in. This is the picture Friday. The pink air, that's Arctic air. It's over us all weekend into the holiday Monday. Hanging around for Tuesday as well. So we're not going to have this spring feel to the temperature much longer. When does it change? Well, here it is. 5 o'clock tomorrow. It will feel like the mid 50s in Northwest Indiana, but feel like 16 in McHenry. And as we move through tomorrow evening, the crash of the temperature takes place. Wind chills in the single digits by tomorrow night at this time. Right now, though, it's 54 downtown, 56 in Valparaiso, 55 in Joliet. Mild air pushing ahead of this winter storm, creating blizzard conditions in North Dakota tonight. We have clouds. We have rain showers ahead of it that will be scattering after midnight. The weather alerts for the winter part of the storm are still to the west of us, but all of that will be moving closer tomorrow. But tomorrow we stay on the mild side, having rain in the forecast. We'll be at about 56 while it's 0 0 in Fargo, 17 Minneapolis. You get the idea of what's happening with that Arctic air moving in. So by tomorrow night at this time, we may be dealing with some sleet or ice as all of this continues bringing in the cooler air over the moisture that's around. So on Futurecast, when we look at the change, here's what's happening at 5:30 in the evening. We're on the mild wet side. Then by 10, 11 o'clock at night, it changes to a sleet mix. And then we have to deal with a little bit of lake enhancement as we get into Friday night and into Saturday as well. So the chilly changes are on the way. It'll feel like spring tomorrow until about dinner time. So my advice would be when you leave in the morning, it'll be so tempting when temperatures are in the mid-50s to not really have much of a layering thing happening. But Rob and Erica, when you head home, we're talking wind chills in the teens in the evening.
We want to be prepared for that. That shocker.
Leave the jacket off when you go, but make sure you got it when you get home.
Thank you, Mary Kay.